Soul searching. I genuinely have no idea what the fuck that crystal ball is. Alice is at her wit's end. Okay. Don't know why I expected different.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Alphinaud's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Wait, who the fuck? Oh, Cryle! I was actually thinking that last cutscene, I forgot to say it. I was like, can we just talk to Cryle?
I did not think you well enough to travel.
I think it was before Urianger and Y'shtola fainted that I was like, oh, we could probably ask Cryle for help.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Cryle. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphinaud heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Oh my god, these two absolutely bully Alphinaud.
Oh, that particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphinaud is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh? Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
What's the book?
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
Okay. Not gonna lie, quest accepted jump scared me a little bit. I'd heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. Okay. Oh, I guess I don't walk in by myself.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
I walked here, bitch.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Okay.
Ha! That's more like it.
Aww.
Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
I adore Matoya.
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Wait, she has a crystal eye? I guess we've done this before and I forgot that it existed, probably. Sounds like me.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Oh!
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could the ether have dissipated if it had? Oh, gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
Oops, but where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphinaud left with, is one of them. I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Oh no!
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
I don't know, the thinning of Aether kind of seems concerning. Maybe. So that was the woman named who tamed Y'shtola. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphinaud is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. Aww. Alright. A defector's tidings. The news from Alamigo has left Alice in a state of nervous excitement. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Lise would have said, unless... there's no point speculating. Lise said she'd notify the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gates in the Alamigan Quarter. Oh, it's Krile. I don't remember Kryle's voice at all. I'll pray for the good news. Learn what you can about Alphinaud's plight, and leave the search of our friends' lost souls to me. Bye, Kryle. You look cutie. I thought she was hanging out with Matoya. What? What? It looked like Alice was talking to someone who wasn't there.
Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in?
Yes. Oh, it's cutscene. If it's voiced, I'm gonna eat this. Oh, Raban's here too.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphinaud, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphinaud?
Alice is ready to fight.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphinaud, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphinaud still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphinaud asked to accompany them all the same.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
Apply directly to the forehead.
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alisaie head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphinaud too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Uh-oh.
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too.
Well, we're fine, I guess. That's a first.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Well, that's stress-inducing. So, Alphinaud is safe. For the present, at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lys tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. They just have a bowl of candy in there, like you guys said, and Alisaie always grabs one before she leaves. Alright, I see you have tidings for Lord Hien. May I show you in? There's a lot of people here. Oh, Cyrna. The fuck is going on? Oh, a cutscene. That's what.
Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Kujin and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the steppe tribes. We have also been joined by our neighbors from Nagxia and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca, though the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Gallian Empire.
I am glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength.
I thank you for bringing me news of Alphinaud. His fate is never far from my thoughts, and not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree that Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste.
Every report we've received from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea.
And I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place.
The all-important Allegan energy barrier.
The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious, a name drawn from the four lords of legend, perhaps. Cieru's Aegis or some such. Well, just a thought.
Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. It's okay, they've got Garrus doing calibrations.
Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the fields which protected Azisla firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares.
I will come too, if you don't mind. Though I am no Ishtola, I may be able to offer some insight.
Of course. Time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you and Hakuro to bring the War Council to a close.
Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Wear the storms. Oh, I will take that money, honey. Thank you. All right. Seiryu's Wall. I guess that is what we're calling it. Hien is eager to see the energy barrier in action.
We will cross the burn by Yol and Falcon, as before. Join me at the overlook near the House of the Fierce.
Is everyone looking? Okay, just these guys. I was wondering when they all turned to look. Like, that would be awkward. Oh, okay.
Give the word when you are ready to take wing.
You guess so. Oh, it's a cutscene. Guess that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because you're going to the burn, so...
Yeah.
Of course it's the same place.
That makes sense.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand. Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
The time is now. Oh.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
That sounds like Thancred's voice actor.
1,000 yards. 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected. 4,000. 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
We've done it, lads. Well,
is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wool for us.
Why was he so much louder than her? Sucks for you, buddy.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
That was very uneventful. Oh! Oh! That's who went unconscious during the headache.
By the gods, it's Alphinaud. What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No, not him too.
Well, good thing it didn't burst into flames, because that would have been really awkward.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Gaius van Belsar.
Aye, Gaius van Belsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given, one I have long since relinquished.
Daddy Gaius.
Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Belsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Seriously, though.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
I mean, I've played Praetorium a lot lately.
How I was deceived by La Hebrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Such devastation, 'twas not his intention.
The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians. The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
That was his mask.
My principal quarry was to be La Hebrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion. But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like mind?
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know. Yet among the Red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source. The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
We have files on La Hebrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us? As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets. It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Everyone get gas masks.
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Ciegalvus.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
Thanks, Ian.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
A lot of them.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland.
'Tis what concerns me.
It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
He just doesn't want consequences, it's fine.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
You're right, there are more important matters at hand, or we'll settle this another time. We'll settle this another time, bro.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
God, why has he got to be so attractive? I hate it.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least. Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphinaud back in Dorma.
Hot damn, that was a long-ass cutscene.
Yep. Alphinaud is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak.
I've spoken with the physician, and there are no outward signs of illness. Alphinaud is lost in a sleep from which he cannot be awoken, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice.
I share your frustration, Alice. I do. But Alphinaud has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to wake him. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as a scion, yours and your brother's both.
You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made and little time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Seiru's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Alamigo?
You most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay.
Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be transported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped.
Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Aldenard Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Aldenard friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am certain they will afford Alphinaud a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a chirurgeon accompany him every ilm of the way to the Rising Stones.
You have my thanks, Lord Hien.
Yugiri, I will go on ahead with our friends to Alamigo, enlist all those capable of teleportation and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard.
Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. Lys and the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Another meanwhile? Meanwhile, at the Black Rose chemical plant. The one that they said they destroyed things at? I don't know. Doesn't look very dysfunctional to me.
Our supplies at Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance.
Well,
see that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you.
Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
That was an odd pause.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
Is he gonna shoot him again?
While you do what, precisely?
That would have been really funny, actually.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
Being little
I am
shits.
well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire.
Does it sound like he cares?
You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed. Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way.
God, they're all little shits.
Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the Founding Father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey? If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
God, he looks so creepy there. I keep expecting him to get shot at every sentence he says. It's like he's trying to see how much he can say before he gets shot. Parley on the front lines. Hien stands ready to depart for Alamigo. I do not like that this is Emperor Solus? Is that his name? Or Varus? This is Varus.
We must now leave to convene with Eorzea's leaders. It may be some time before I can return to Doma. Hakuro, I leave you in command. My lord.
Yeah. I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. I like how he didn't even tell her to do that. She just knew to do it. I've just received word from Lys. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived in the locks, we are to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porta Praetoria, who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. All right, let's go. Another Alliance meeting, I guess.
Ah, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to Alliance headquarters.
Yeah, let's go. I think this is the first time we've been there. Wait, maybe not. Maybe there was one other time. Oh, cussy. Da, 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 da.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Hien. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, were our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphinaud has come back to us. As for the bad news...
Poor Alice.
So, Alphinaud won't wake up, Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
Yep. That about sums it up.
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphinaud to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
The Emperor himself? Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
Okay. Seeing as you're the only one awake.
God, Lise. You know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphinaud and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
I'm not fond of politics either. I'll be there. I protect.
That's settled then. We don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
Or it's a trap.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
I have good news and bad news. Alphinaud came back to us. That is all. Damn. Savage.
Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an emperor waiting too long, shall we?
Parley with the Emperor. I'm surprised it's not a long cutscene warning. I feel like this would be something that's, you know, a lot.
Nanamo!
Oh, I guess also Kani-sana. Ooh, hey. My husband's here?
Yeah, he just walked in.
No, absolutely not! Varys is far from my type in so many ways. If it wasn't clear, I was talking about tall, dark, and handsome with the blue eyes. Emma.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us. But you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated.
I disagree. I have made quite a few friends and helped their tribes. With the ones that want to. Also, can I just mention how much I hate that Varus is the biggest man spreader with his legs of all time? And I hate it.
Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Oh my god. I hate his arguments. Also, I find it very interesting that this is supposed to be a peace talk with all of us, but we have very much put him on one side of the table and everyone else is on the other side of the table.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
Yep, that's exactly what he wants.
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good.
Greater good.
And to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Look at that man spread. I hate it. And his hips are as tall as the table.
I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor.
Who gave him such a tall chair?
For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise.
God, I hate him.
You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
You know where that got him, right? You know he's dead, right? You know he was stopped. Anyway. He literally lost.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people.
My husband's got this.
There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
No, just robbing them of their stuff because they're pirates, but that's fine.
So saith the pirate.
Damn it, I made the same point.
You simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you.
We're working on it.
That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateer.
We're working on it.
I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
No, they still have a right to, like, everyone does, but at the same time, like, you still have to hear the original voices too, so I'm not saying that the kobolds don't deserve to be heard as well, but, like, this is still not the argument Varus thinks it is.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms.
What about the Ectal 9?
Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Wood's bounty.
Yeah, the Coddle, sorry.
Would that your people might learn from their example.
Damn, Kanisana. Get him.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
To protect us?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing.
I'm having some flashbacks from this wording.
Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here.
Yeah. No kitchen sinking.
Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
Alice is trying
As
so
Mistress
hard.
Alize says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varus, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
God, how big his armor is compared to everyone else. Even Imric's pauldrons is amazing. I I have so many feelings.
Whatever rebuttal I had in mind was lost when Varys mentioned my father. The man is certainly skilled at keeping his opponents off balance.
Yeah.
For a moment, I feared our talks would descend into violence there and then. Alice speaks of her dislike of politics, but her honest plea may very well have prevented an early battle.
I think she panicked. Understandably.
For years we have warred with the Empire, and with no end in sight. A parley such as this represents a unique opportunity, and I would not squander it with bitter words.
Alright. Why do I get the feeling the Emperor is hiding something? Okay, Lise.
Varys holds fast to his ideals, just as I knew he would. He will not be swayed from this path.
Sorry, I was sneezing.
I do much wonder at Emperor Varys' decision to attend these negotiations. It is plain he has no intention of hearkening to our entreaties, but what then is his goal?
I don't remember Merlwybb's voice. Let's go. 'Tis true that Limsa Lominsa's beginnings were not wholly honorable, but our old wrongs do not make the Empire's deeds right. It's true. All right, Alice.
Phew. This is really not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do to not swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I just asked myself what Alphinaud would have done.
What would Alphinaud do?
Tried my best to do the same, but by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene, though. So why not try consulting with our illustrious leaders? Damn it! Mayhap they may have insight to share.
I knew it! I had some feeling that we talked to them, but I couldn't remember if I did it on my own volition or not.
This parley was never to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varys' relationship with the Ascians. As had we all, yet if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact, and if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we are to broach that particular subject, we will need to be subtle. Would that I knew more of the man. If you would indulge me, Lord Hien, you received an imperial education, did you not?
Oh.
Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no higher authority in all of Garlemald, nor else in the heavens. Come to that. Veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship permitted being that of his Radiance's own person.
That sounds suspiciously like religion itself, or indoctrination. Both.
I share your disdain for the hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere their leader with a fervor others reserve for the divine. 'Tis a flaw common to much of the doctrine they fed us, logical on the surface, perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varys to reveal something.
Okay. I don't know how best to stand.
12 have mercy, but for Lady Alice's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at a negotiation table.
Negotiating table? Same thing.
Not that Emperor Varys left us great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept, do you think?
Ere he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind.
Exactly! He's building up to something, I know it! How then should we proceed the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Worry of Light?
I would say invite Varys to explain himself. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at ease? At his ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Kat.
I don't know if that was good advice, but it's what I would do. Be like, speak plainly, bitch. Alright.
I will say one thing for this, Varus. He is well versed in Eorzean history. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. The Conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire.
Then it's up to us to change that here and now.
Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself? Well, mayhap there is some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind.
I'm not sure what I just advised there. Alright. At least say I talked to them.
You've spoken with everyone then. Good. Now all that remains is to wait the pleasure of the Emperor, and hope we fare better than the second attempt.
At a second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
You are not speaking for me, but okay.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons posed to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
I don't like the look of that.
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more.
What in the Evangelion?
No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
I don't like that term. I think it is meant to kind of make you uncomfortable, but it makes me very fucking uncomfortable.
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother.
You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Anonymous got it.
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Gallian Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
As we already knew. But also the fact that he just said that, little does he know, like, is he not a pawn that just has the illusion of choice? He thinks he has choice. But he's literally following through with what the Empire was built to do. Anyway.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former Emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Your price is ally your master's demons, or I will stop you and the Ascians, no matter the cost. I think this is aggressive, so I'll go with the more, like, I guess, trying to convince him that he's being an idiot. Doubt, though.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me. Not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left!
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable! Unconscionable!
So much for doing this. Level-headed.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps?
Allie says, charging up.
But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
Damn, Nanamo. You need some antibiotic for that burn.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
Refuse literal Nazi ideology? Yeah. I cannot condone such a loss of life.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
I love that Nanamo is like in the head of us.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me.
Good.
Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
On a completely unrelated note, why are Varys' pupils square? He's a robot! No, I think it's just a design weird choice. I noticed that too. Yeah, why are his pupils square? I noticed when he was talking to Solus. I was very confused. But it's really obvious there in that cutscene. He's the only one with square pupils. Huh.
It's because he's the goat.
Oh, hate. I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So, as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. Okay, well that's good. Da, 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 da. And I got gold, let's go. The face of war. Having listened to Emperor Varys' maniacal plans, Lys is ready to go to war. Oh, shit. Oh, look at all the flags of our people!
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Dorma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Bonk.
Here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
We're ready.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who'll really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
Yeah!
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Oh, Pippin!
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
Aww. I will protect.
So please, don't you dare leave me alone.
Aww. I'm gonna cry.
No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
That's probably the most vulnerable she's ever shown herself to be. Oh, that was weird. Loaded me into quest accepted, but I'm still not in game? Ghimlyt Dark now accessible. Well, okay. Who wants to join for the Ghimlyt Dark? That was really fast.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna also begin watching cutscenes. That made sense, yes. I'm gonna be watching cutscenes, and if we see any letters, I don't think there are in this, but if there are any, I'm gonna be reading them. That's a lot of Garleans all of a sudden. What the fuck?
You were told there was an army coming.
We were told, but like, when did we set all of this up? Jesus, I guess it was all off screen. Oh my god, the clown suit.
Yeah.
All right. Da 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 da. Hell yeah. And Wolf is Reaper. You gave Hien a big hug. Hien is here.
Leave this to me.
Okay, Yugiri. Okay, my problem, and it's gonna be the same as Wolf, we're both gonna have a problem with accidentally selecting the fucking NPCs in this dungeon, because controller really likes to prioritize them over enemies, and it's very annoying.
I know I've said this a lot over the past year or two, but there is an option to set it to target enemy. So that you could have that set up for dungeons.
But it won't exclusively do it for dungeons, and for solo duty, sometimes you gotta heal them. I guess I could pick them.
You need extra buttons.
I don't have... What? What do you mean extra buttons?
Get more buttons.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, sure.
I love that this dungeon is just straight up a battlefield. It does feel like super storytelling.
It's World War I.
Yeah, we're like in actual, like, what are these called?
Trenches.
Trenches, thank you. We're in the trenches of a battlefield. It shows how they actually do war too, not just like our little group going and fighting what we need to fight. It's the front lines, it is. That's such a silly emote, Anna. Wait, what? What was Anna's emote? Are you talking about Hildebrand? Oh, controller sometimes has issues with selecting enemies. Where is that setup, Finder? Yeah, apparently Anna or Demonas needs to know too, because Demonas has to do controller since Demonas is on PS4.
It'll definitely be in your keybind somewhere. I can find you a guide later.
Thank you, baby.
Interestingly, the talk of extra buttons, there was a guy in another Discord earlier explaining how he has an Elgato to the Stream Deck.
Yeah.
For stuff like voice chat.
Oh, for like talking? Like push to talk?
Like, or I think just switching or something, like so you can talk in game or talk on Discord or whatever. And I'm baffled at these choices.
I mean,
to have a whole ass Stream Deck just for stuff like that, I don't know.
Why not? I mean, Stream Deck honestly has a lot of
but they're so expensive.
Oh, they can be.
This is gonna do a
Mine's not that expensive, and you can put folders in folders. Oh, it stays. I'm sorry.
Right,
I
you
got
have to
burns.
wait and then follow. Okay.
Oops.
I'm gonna try and turn them away.
But yeah, Stream Decks have been really useful for like quick keys, like in editing and stuff like that. I use it to cut in Premiere, which is so nice. Instead of like having my hands on the keyboard and twisting my wrist, I can just keep my wrist at a neutral position and press one button on the keyboard on the Stream Deck.
Okay, so I assume this is gonna be the same. So just stay over here.
Yeah, just stay here till.
Yeah.
It disappears enough. Yeah. Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, and just keep following it around.
Yeah. This is not nice for casters. I almost went into it again. I'm lucky I'm not a caster. Magic Ray. Oh, here's a shield for everyone. Little shieldy shield. All right. Yeah, Hildebrand pose emote. Yeah. Thanks, Pinder. I mostly play DPS. Yeah. So you always like want to target enemy, and then it's like, haha, you wanted the NPC? Because yeah, if you just want the if you're like only DPS and you never worry about healing, then you don't have to worry about ever selecting the NPCs. I mean, unless you're playing a character that heals, like Alphinaud or something. But that's like situational. I'll go ahead and look. Oh, thanks, Sel. That works as well. Finn or Demona's, the smile's kind of creepy for what, Hildebrand? It's the Hildebrand pose emote, yeah. The one where you just like pose in like a flexing emote and smile. Because there, I think, are multiple.
I don't think there's anywhere else I can go for now.
That's fine. I will say I don't remember the Ghimlyt Dark at all, to be honest. I think I've done this twice, maybe, ever.
It was one of the first times I soloed a boss.
Really?
like sinks.
Wow, nice job, baby.
After everyone died, yeah.
Was it the last boss? Without spoilers?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Unless I'm getting mixed up, well, I'm pretty sure this is the only dungeon with this aesthetic, so.
The only other one I can think of that kind of matches this aesthetic is the one all of us have been grinding for tomestones. But I don't, it's only one section that has this aesthetic, so. Ah!
No.
Okay. Yeah, then I think that might be. Thank you, Cell, for finding that too. I guess. Maybe one of. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Guess we've got a big spidery boy, so.
Yeah, I was wondering if like maybe more would appear after we kill that one, but I guess nope. Oh, Jesus, Lise in my ear. Ready? I said greed, bitch. Oh.
What?
It said I already own one, so I can't kick it. It's pissing me off that I couldn't
What bothers me in this section is trying to decide which things I'm actually allowed to attack. Because there's just stuff everywhere.
There's stuff everywhere. I guess I'm gonna put dots on this big boy real quick.
Yeah.
Since he's huge.
He's probably gonna do some annoying AoEs in a minute.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Pipping up the steel heart.
Very, very funny is if they had it set up so that the friendly NPCs get hit by those and die, and like you feel like you're fucking up the whole battle.
Yeah. That'd be so mean, though. Ready? Well.
Yeah, this guy. This is the one. Oh, no. Surprise enemies.
Surprise enemies.
Oh, no. Fake enemies.
Oh, wait. Fake enemies. Continue on.
Fake enemy. We're being bamboozled. Yeah, it was this boss. This was like one of the first I soloed.
I don't remember at all.
He likes to go for a little trip and then come back.
Oh, okay. And it didn't
do
go
like
well?
a big, you know, like zoom across the arena and stuff. Also, he sets things on fire like that.
Okay. Oh,
Yep,
here's
here
the
he goes.
zooms. Oh, okay, bye.
Just watch for where he comes back.
Dig.
There, see the big glow over at that corner?
What? Oh.
Get out of
The
the way.
letter O. Ooh, he yeeted me this way. Oh, never mind. That was Quinn rescuing me. Thank you, Quinn, for the attempt.
Rather than trying to reposition him massively, I'll just hold at the edge.
I get what you mean now, though. I didn't realize it would be a line across. I thought it was like one big AoE
sorry.
over there. No. I just misinterpreted what was going to happen. Needle gun. Oh, guess what's going to be an alert in Halloween? Finder's favorite.
You know, I don't have to be here.
Yeah, but you also love jump scaring chat, so like I figured having something that's also the other spectrum of making people uncomfortable works out.
Also,
I love
it's not
you.
chat that I like jump scaring, it's you.
Yeah, but you purposely donate instead of do bits.
Okay,
Which
why would I
doesn't
give some of my money to Twitch?
Honestly, don't blame you. Where? Oh.
So get in the middle and then get out of the way of the big glowy.
Gotcha. Whee!
Yeah. You can see how everyone ended up dead.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have a healer that's prepared. Luckily, Quinn's on top of things.
And also, I think it was like, you know, obviously much lower eye levels and stuff.
Yeah, especially if it was before 90. Like before Endwalker came out.
I'm pretty sure it was when this was, if not new, when I was like, when I was getting into Shadowbringers or something, when I was going through the story.
Oh, you went through it before me?
Doing it.
Because when I went through it, Shadowbringers was out.
I don't remember.
Because I know that I accidentally saw a Shadowbringer spoiler on River's computer before I even started playing 14. Re-getting into 14, which was starting at level 17 for me. Oh, I got a real close-up on Wolf. I do not underestimate you, Heinrich. I know you're badass. I said Imric, but I said it funny. Sorry.
It was like a mix of Hyman and Imric.
Hyman! Oh no! Ah! I can't attack.
I hope I've got all the relevant aggro.
Heinrich. 5-5 Timbers, take care of yourself.
Out of my way.
Have a lovely Friday night as they're all yelling.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. He and Heinrich and Yugiri and Connie Senna apparently. Just in the back hanging out.
You'd think she would do more healing, but you know.
I think she's healing them, so we don't have to worry about them. Take care, 5 Timbers. Here's a hug. Here's a hug. Take care of yourself.
Surprise,
thank you so much for
real
hanging
enemy.
out with us. Ah. Oh, God. Oh, it's Heinrich and he and Quinn. Weird. I love how much it barely hurt Ian and Heinrich, though. What was that for? Oh, is it for the Heinrich? Rescued right through the line. Well, I was in the line, so I think it did keep me in the line, though, which rip.
Surprise, other real enemy.
But he healed me super fast, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I know, right? You have to do them one by one. You don't get to pull. Did I steer you correctly?
One at a time.
Good question. Wow.
No double teaming.
Oh my god. Oh? This isn't... I was like, this isn't a boss fight. But it like has the red line. I guess you just can't go that way yet? I see a treasure coffer though. Metagaming.
Do you want me to find out?
No, I don't think... I'm sure it won't let you actually.
Yes, but will it hit is the question.
Yeah, will it hurt you? I have no idea.
Why are you not saying hi to Pippin and Lise?
Oh, I heard hi and then like kind of Lise. Sorry, baby. Hi, Pippin and Lise. It's like adding to everyone. Big epic battle. Okay. Oh, another boy. Jesus. I don't want Connie.
What's he doing?
He's charging his lasers. Unbreakable. Oh, get into a Connie. It's a Connie! Ah!
Heinrich?
He's fine.
Oh yeah, I guess his name's not there anymore, so he doesn't count.
Yeah, he's just attacking from a distance, I guess.
Let's find someone else. Okay,
oh, he is fighting
Those
someone else.
Those aren't real ads. They're fake ads for the NPCs to fight.
Self-detonate. Oh, I think we... Are they gonna limit break? Do we limit break? Should I limit break?
No, Yugiri's got this.
This day you die. Yeah, Yugiri, go. Ooh, is that Ninja 3?
Don't know.
We did it.
It's Yugiri fucking shit up is what it is.
Yeah. Just need to do a dungeon to see if it worked. Let me know.
Oh my god. The amount of fending stuff dropping in here is hilarious, actually.
Yeah. Oh, cutscene. Ninja LB3 it is? Yo.
Do you remember these two?
No. Hello? These savages bested our vanguard? Impressive. But in the end, nothing ever matters. They are only that, savages. Now let us fuck. Shit. No, not let us fuck. Wait.
Oh my
wait.
God,
wait. Their masks remind me of the girl from not Prey. Castro?
Uh-huh.
Now let us fuck. Shit.
Anyway, here's Julia and Anya. They like to do kind of tag team.
Okay.
It's bullshit.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, see? One immediately goes goodbye.
I guess it's kind of like the, oh, okay. Kind of like the La Habrea fight at the end of Heavensward.
Yeah, I can see the similarity.
I don't remember the other Ascian that was with him, though. Order to bombard. Oh, to avoid that.
Look out, crosses.
That is a... Oh, don't overlap.
Yeah, try and find the safe.
It eats you! Ow!
I forgot that.
I didn't know it pushed you.
And here come more.
It slid me into pain? Ow. Are these targeted? No. Okay.
Nope. I wasn't sure.
Oh. To be fair, they also have about half of the HP most end bosses do, so it evens out. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's the mechanic, right? Who's targeted? Wolf or Fender?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's not happening now.
Here's the braid white.
Impressive. Anya, let us engage them together. They cannot hope to evade us both. Oh, that was the same person saying that. Madams? Oh.
See the little lines?
Don't be in those.
They're doing bouncies.
Bouncies.
They've got the zoomies.
Oh, Wolf. Oh, no.
And then they do a high five.
And then they do a high five.
They literally did.
I know. It was just really funny. Ah. I suppose I should be eating food. Wait. Let me eat some food.
These are bad.
They're gonna chain reaction after that one, I assume? Yeah. Oh, they big.
Yep. I did not get safe.
Oh, God.
I thought I was, but the game said no.
Oh. There's so much happening.
Rip.
I really don't remember this fight at all. Oh, God.
You can't do them in every direction. That's not fair. Okay.
I'll help with the raid wide this time, because I don't... Now I recognize the name of it. Ah!
I'd say DPS can limit break whenever they feel like it.
Is this the last one?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe not. Because I don't know. Oh, God, get in the... Wait, center, maybe? This might be a bad idea. I'm making an educated guess.
Center, then run this way because they've already gone off.
Yeah. Ma'am, please die. What the fuck? Julia. Seems we have no choice, Julia. And then it's probably, you should feel honored, savages. Few are they who have witnessed this twice.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again.
Great.
Except different.
Oh, shit. Okay, this should be safe. Ow. Woo! Few are still who have witnessed this. Farewell, savages. It just reminds me of Pocahontas and not the fun way. Maybe? Yeah, probably. Limit break one of them? Should I do it since they're in a line?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Because then I can hit both of them. Whereas Wolf can only unfortunately do one. Yeah! Let's go! Hell yeah! Cutscene! Da-da! And I leveled up! Well. Maybe don't be on the bad side. Oh, we have served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. So we don't kill them? Well. Okay, bye. We did it! Look at all of us cuties.
You should see if you like that jacket once you're out of the cutscene. It's dyeable.
Ooh.
And it's aiming, so...
Let me see how it is dying. Heavy shot mastered. Ooh, I actually really like it dyed. Thank you guys.
Congrats.
Thank you, Fender, Wolf, and Quinn. Thank you all so much. All right. I'm assuming. No! Why did it do it twice?
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Thanks.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The letter uh-oh.
Light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not... like...
Oh! Oh! We dropped her!
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
Alice. Oh.
Poor Alphinaud too.
Stop this. Raban, what do you have to say? Oh god, it's a cutscene. Almost lauded. Hold on.
So the Gallians have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help and that of our eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alice, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary.
My brain was just like, why isn't Finder doing Yukiri? My lord.
My lord.
The healers have completed their examination of Mistress Alice, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Oh, I look so upset.
Just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Gallians picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep. I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alice is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Gallians' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest.
All right.
I am so glad that they're sending Alice away from the front lines for medical care. Because I was going to say, oh, she's in the infirmary with all the, like, seriously wounded and dying people from this giant battle.
Yeah. No, I'm glad they're sending her
for her. Ah, Kat, welcome home. What has it you and Mistress Alice give the Galileans quite a thrashing? Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alice? I was certain she would have returned by now.
What, she isn't here before us? What the fuck?
We teleported.
Oh, okay.
By the 12, not her too. Oka and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We will also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltinet, Creel, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being at least.
Rest until the next expansion. I was gonna say there better be a cutscene because that was the end of an expansion. I would have been shooketh. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Oh look, a bitch. A little bussy. That was it? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing!